Welcome back, Ethan community. Welcome to the Ethan's Angle experience through the podcast. You guys, so pumped to be back. I am back with the beautiful, the lovely, the talented Rachel from Thirst.
Hey guys.
The CMO of Thirst. And we're jumping back in here. And today, I want to talk tactics and I want to talk reality around marketing because I think that's something that Rachel and I have become really good at because we have literally grown this business with no marketing budget at one point and with no sales at one point. And so we've really learned some of the ground up tactics. And I want to talk about some of those. I like to call them guerrilla marketing.
Yeah.
I think I saw that term somewhere or somehow at some point. To me, guerrilla marketing is one by one. It's the kind of marketing that takes a little bit more work. It takes your hands getting in the dirt, but it can yield some of the highest results. And honestly, I think that with so many ways to do marketing now, be it paying for ads on social media or paying for ad space on any platform, there's a billion online platforms now that you can buy ads on. You can definitely be thoughtful about those ads and get real results. We run thousands of dollars of ads per month for certain parts of the business. But I will say, I think it is sometimes the lazy way out. I think sometimes running ads and using those easy to use ad platforms, it's really easy to do marketing on them, but it's not as much effective. And I think a lot of the reason is because you don't really know what's going on. You're giving the money to someone else to do it. Yeah. And I think it's the easy way out, and I think it's lazy. If you're not seeing results, I think it's a good opportunity for you to look. Are you ignoring the practices in marketing that, one, you know will work, but two, will be a lot more work than you're used to doing right now? That's probably the answer to a lot of your marketing problems. So let's get into a couple of those tactics. I think the first one, no question, is DMing people.
Yeah, this one's huge.
It's huge. Tell them how we're using DM at Thirst in so many ways.
Instagram DMs are cool because on Facebook Messenger, you can have a bot in there sending messages, correct? Like somebody can schedule a bot to send this many people a message on Facebook, but on Instagram, you can't do that. So an Instagram message is a lot more genuine, a lot more real. And by DMing people individually, it comes into their inbox and they're super flattered that a business or a larger account DM'd them. The way we do this, we're based in Salt Lake City and surrounding areas, so we'll go to the Instagram search bar, type in Salt Lake City, and just go to like the top and most recent posts posted under that location, click on a profile, hit message, and we'll send them a message that says like, "Hey Sarah, my name's Rachel," super personal DM. "My name's Rachel, I am the CMO, I'm on the marketing team, blah, 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 at Thirst Drinks," or whoever your company is. We are a local treats and drinks business in Salt Lake City, selling a drinks and treats experience, and we'd love to have you in. Here is a coupon for a free pretzel bite cup. We'd love to see you. Something like that, just a super genuine message that provides them a lot of value and like something they wouldn't usually get over Instagram.
Why I like DMs on Instagram? Two main reasons. One, they're free.
Yeah.
And if you're a hustler,
they take time, but they're free.
Yep. If you're a hustler, if you're a real entrepreneur, if you have no marketing budget, quit complaining because this is the freest tactic of all time. Number two.
And you can do it anywhere too. Like, it doesn't matter where you are. You can search wherever you are. Like, there's no limit there.
So it's free, but number two, it's authentic. Mm-hmm. Like, in a world where everything is an ad, everything is an advertisement coming from a business these days, and there's limited ways to show your customers that there's actually a real person behind the business. DM is one of the number one ways you can do it. And honestly, something I haven't talked about a lot that I've been way into lately is voice messages on DM.
Yeah. Super fun.
Yeah.
They've been super fun. It's like, you don't want to sit there and type out a 2-paragraph message and nobody wants to read that 2-paragraph message that could have been sent by anyone. Like, it's so much more fun to get.
And it could have been a copy-paste reply,
yeah,
too.
Totally.
So, yeah, DMs are super authentic. They're more authentic than a lot of the things going on in the marketing world right now. However, they are being figured out. They are starting to be used. Now, the way we can still stay on top of the most authenticity possible is, I think, voice memos. So something I've been doing on the Thirst account when I rarely jump on there because Rachel's got that pretty much covered. But we're responding with a voice. So, for instance, say someone gave us some negative feedback on our Instagram DMs. First off, you have to answer. If you're not answering, you have a problem. These are your customers trying to talk to you. Don't be dumb. So, number one, answer them. But two, I think doing it through a voice memo, first off, it just shocks people.
It reminds them that it's a human behind that account too, though, and it's not like they're not getting angry at like a press 1 for
Yes, exactly.
Like they're not getting angry at a robot. You're getting angry at a real human and their like feelings.
You
involved.
have no problem yelling at Comcast
Yeah.
because they're a huge company, and to you, oh, this is a huge company. No one's probably ever going to hear this message or this or.
So I can just like vent and rant and say whatever I want.
Exactly, but when the owner or the CMO replies to you not only with a potentially, short code message, copy paste message, no, this is I read your message, I internalized it, took it into account, and now I am saying a personal message back to you through voice memo. You can hear the tone in my voice. You can hear that I'm empathetic. You can hear that I care. It's a game changer.
It flips the feedback from being them like ranting and venting and like, I'm so angry that you gave me diet soda, into like, we're so sorry about that and we're going to improve. And then it changes, like, even if they had a negative experience at our business, it changes it into a positive one because they know we're going to do something with that information and like we're going to make it better for them.
100%. Voice memos is a game changer. Not to mention, it's faster. It's faster when you've got a lot of DMs to reply to. Jump in there with the voice memo. It's going to be a game changer.
We talked about copy and paste DMs and like, how to be more genuine with a voice memo or a custom message, but I do think there's a time and place for a message shortcut. I use these all the time on Instagram for like, when are you going to be in Provo? Like, it's the same question. When are you going to be in Provo? When are you going to be in Provo? 10 times. Like, I have a DM shortcut. The way you make these is you type out a message and then there's a plus sign next to, like, in the message bar. Mm-hmm. You hit that plus sign. You can add, like, the short code. So, Provo. And then under it is the message. So we would love to be there soon. We're looking for an existing drive-through. If you see one, like, please let us know. We're trying to get there as soon as possible. So I use them for like more acceptable copy-paste answers,
Last thing I want to go into, because I've been feeling strongly about these lately, are reviews. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about the strategy behind addressing reviews. So as we've gotten bigger, we've been getting a lot more customers, which means we get a lot more reviews.
We get a lot of reviews.
Positive and negative. I think we take a similar approach to what we do with DM, which is come in super authentic and remind people that there's a human being that's internalizing this feedback, taking it into account, and executing based on it. My favorite thing to do with reviews is, number one, reply. If you are not replying to your negative and positive and negative reviews, you're making a huge mistake.
Yeah.
It's, first off, everyone else on the platform, whether it be Google or Yelp, they can see whether or not
public. I was just gonna say
they can see whether or not you responded to that review, which means they can see whether or not you care as a business. They can see what kind of business you are. So first off, for other people looking at it, you should be replying to that. Second off, that specific customer matters too. Like, let's not forget, they had a piece of feedback based on the thing that they purchased from you. Like, let's have some gratitude and empathy here. Like, they bought something from us. They have some feedback, positive or negative. Let's thank them or address their concerns. But specifically talking about negative reviews, I like to reply to them and say how sorry we are. Whatever it is, even if we didn't, like, it ultimately wasn't our fault, or that's the way the thing's intended to be, we're still sorry.
Because we didn't give them the experience that we wanted to.
Yeah, or even if we did, though, like, if that was the way it is, we're sorry that they purchased something from us and didn't get what they perceived it to be. And so empathy is number one. Like, I hate when I read business owners fire back at their customers.
Yeah.
It's like, that person paid you money. Like, even if you don't agree with them about some type of standard that they're upset about, like, it's still important for you to deploy empathy to them. So I think that's number one. And if it's for nothing else other than for future potential customers to tell that you as a business care, then you should do it. Number two, I like to ask them to contact me personally so that we can make this right. And so whether that's a support email you have set up for your business, or if you're like me, I like to just give out my personal email to these customers or have my team do it in the reviews, because I think branding is a lot about connection points.
Yeah.
The more connection points, touch points, communication lines that you can have with the customer, the more strong the branding is between you and that customer. So they wrote a review. 90% of the time, they're never going to look back from a review that they write to a business. Number one, you take that to a whole different level by replying, right? You say, hey, I heard your feedback, good or bad, and here's my response. Number 2, if you can take that another level specifically for a bad review and say, I would love to make this right. Can you please contact me personally so that I can get some more info and make this right for you? Then it introduces a whole nother connection point. It's not only did we get a second point where they replied, but number 3, we had a personal conversation with this business. It takes it from a whole corporate level, this business doesn't care, into, holy crap, they asked me to contact them personally and they're going to make this right?
Yeah. And then I feel like from an outside perspective, just relating it back to that this is a public platform, when you send a DM response back to somebody, they can see it, but other people aren't going to see it. When people go look at your Google reviews and they're like, oh, this person's drink got messed up, maybe I'm not going to go there, but they see a reply under it that says, oh my gosh, this is not our usual standard, it might turn that back around.
100%.
Yeah.
We love guerrilla marketing at Thirst. Like, if you are interested in what we're doing, follow along, watch what we're doing. Like, we're trying to implement these strategies day after day on every platform and everything that we do. And Rich from Thirst is leading that charge. So thanks for listening to another episode.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure.